The way that I work now is much simpler than everything I just did. Let me go back in time. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to freeze my subdivision levels so that I maintain this high-res detail. It's going to show me my low-res, and now I'm going to use what I call the Maquette sculpting process. You know, it's just a quick sculpt process. And I'm going to be using the insert brushes. So you can see them. They start insert cube. Let's use red. These guys right here. Insert cylinder, hollow, insert cube, hollow, insert sphere. I like this guy, insert sphere. I like this so much that it's a hotkey. And I like it so much that it's actually the #1 hotkey. I press #1 and I drag out. Roberta's asking about that topology and stretching and stuff like that. That was definitely one of the things we sometimes did. But Z-spheres came around. So anyways, ball of clay. And I tell you what, why don't we turn this model, start using the material, and I'm going to use matte cap green clay. Set my color swatch high. Just introduced you to some concepts. You can ignore that or do it. Since I'm working with clay though, might as well make it look like it. So insert sphere is active. Pull out, just draw a little piece of clay. This will only work if there are no subdivision levels, which is why I froze it. And it immediately masks the object. So then the #2 hotkey, which is move, is the very next thing I select. Now, this gets really ugly. Okay, now we're kit bashing, but do it with some purpose. Don't think of it as just a ball of clay, okay? Think of it as the ball of clay. So hotkey 1, insert. I'm going to drag this out until it's roughly the width of the neck that I need. I'm going to use the move brush. I'm going to pull down and down. And I'm going to try to do more with less. There. Real simple, real easy. Okay, now we need to draw out the rib cage. And I like to do that from the back, and the reason why is because if you look at the rib cage is kind of set behind the head. The head kind of tilts forward. So if I do it here, it'll be more natural. And how wide should the rib cage be? Anybody want to shout out measurements? How wide should it be? And you will get overlapping spheres when you do it this way, but that doesn't matter for us. Sorry, in this particular case, I'm pretty sure it did not use overlapping spheres, but sometimes you will if you're a little off axis. But again, it doesn't matter because we're kit bashing, so it'll be quite all right. So 1.75, 1.5 heads. We can go with anywhere between 1.25, 1.5 or more, you know, but how am I going to measure the heads, you ask? How would you guys measure the heads if you had nothing else except for just your Wacom tablet and ZBrush? Transpose, grid, sure. These are the fancy ways, guys. I don't use them that often. I use my thumb, I use a finger, or I use a pin. I just put my pin on the surface, my Wacom pin, and said, okay, that's one head. Now I can divide that by half. And I can say, well, that's one head. 1.25. So a little bit out from the ear. Transpose works. And I'll definitely show you guys how to do that. But you need to be able to eyeball it. A little bit out from the ear is what I said. Because I'm sculpting, you know, I don't want to sit here and think about all these interface items. Move brush, pull it down. Okay, it has to be, what is that, 1.75. So where are we at? To 1.5. Okay, so we need a little bit wider, and we need to pull it down, and then don't forget the flaring, and you know, a lot of these guys down here, they kind of disappear. The not the 8th, but the 9th and the 10th rib. They definitely move forward. Don't think just rib cage, think that whole bulk. Okay, now I'm back into insert sphere. I'm going to pull out a little something for the stomach. Back into the move brush. Start to set up the pelvis. Insert sphere, get these guys totally symmetrical. Pelvis is going to be one head. Did I do it right? No. Need to make it a little bigger. Yep. It's more of a box. But who really wants to... This is so easy to just kind of come in here and turn this into a box that I don't really want to use an insert cube. It's just an unnecessary waste of my brain. If you're studying anatomy, Gottfried Bams is a really good one to learn these structures from. Gottfried Bams, B-A-M-M-E-S. Okay, I said that like an American for a reason. You could also say Bamas. I'm getting a little bit of technical information in there. I'm even going to come in and I'm going to put the erector spinae muscles in there, because they make a really significant shape down there. Then I'll fill them in a little bit. B for brush pop-up, I for inflate, N for inflate. Hotkey 2 for the move brush. Okay. This approach is pretty cool, pretty fast. And this is what I really want you to be doing, getting yourself comfortable with using the insert brush. Now, I've already gone off target with my proportions because I was doing them rule of thumb and I'm teaching, so my brain goes elsewhere. But now let me show you how you can start to get a little bit more control over that.